up, guys? It's your boy Messiah Studios, and right here we have a 2020 Kia Forte GT with about 35,000 miles. So right here we have Chris, who's going to talk about his car, and we're going to start off with the modifications that he did.
So yeah, I just start off with the performance mods in the engine. I got some MSD ignition coils, Black Series. I also have a intake manifold spacer from Boomba Racing. I got a throttle body spacer, I believe from KDM Tuners. As you see here, got the Mishimoto catch can, which I think is like really recommended for like these kind of engines. Couple little cosmetics, you know, change some of the caps on things, little dress up bolts. Then of course got the AFE Takeda Momentum cold air intake. Got the closed version because I didn't want to deal with any kind of hot air affecting the cold air intake. Then if you come over here, got the Velossa Tech ram air intake. So basically helps to get some better airflow into the intake. Basically helps the engine to breathe a bit better. Then as you see, some more cosmetics. Got the K logo badge on the front. Got the front sway, front strut bar, and I also got a rear sway bar from the Evilla Motorsports. And let's see that. Oh, cosmetics. Got the eyelids. I believe I got these off of eBay or AliExpress from, I think, a company in like Russia or somewhere. But yeah, it takes maybe like a month to get stuff like this, but I think this is definitely worth it. Definitely makes the car look a little bit more aggressive. So that about wraps up. Think about right here. You come around here. Got some mirror cap covers. Got these off of eBay. Then the wheels I swapped out. I got a Konig runlites with Bridgestone potenzas. Same height as the stock wheels. It's like an 18-inch, but slightly wider at 8.5. Then I got some Muteki Lug Nuts on the fronts. And then some Mishimoto Lug Nuts on the rear. And then of course another cosmetic, just swapped out the valve stem cap. You get that from like K5 Optima. You see here on the C-pillar, got a plate here. This was off of, I think, a Korean site. I think like Shark Racing, but I think I've seen these on Amazon too. You just gotta look for like C-pillar plates and they'll be on there too. It's like 2 other styles to this as well. So of course, a little bit of window tint. Going around the rear. Got some rear canards. Got these off of Amazon. They're just like carbon fiber overlay, not real. So you don't gotta worry about damaging it and having to replace it. These are really a little bit expensive, but I feel these are worth it. These are X-Force exhaust tips. You know, I just never really was a fan of the stock exhaust tips, so basically I went to a shop, got it, the original one's cut off, gotta get it cut off, and got these welded on for like $60. Maybe a little bit more who you go to, but I feel like that was definitely worth it. Then this is a recent mod. This is a, I think, Flow Design from Australia, rear diffuser. They just recently came out with this like this year, and they have a bunch of other like, I guess, like side skirts and front splitters. It's kind of expensive though, so I just went with the rear diffuser because the rest of the stuff is kind of expensive. I actually kept this from my old car, which I'll talk about later. Just carbon fiber license plate, so I think this is actually real carbon fiber in this case. Of course, K logo badge, and swapped out the Forte badge for the K3 badge because this is the 2020. So then swap out what they show yet. So let me see, check my list. I believe that's the main things. Oh yeah, almost forgot. Little side skirt winglet here. Got this off of Amazon as well. You know, makes the car look a little bit more aggressive. And then coming to the front, a front splitter winglet that I got off of eBay for like $35 for both sides. So thought that was a pretty good price there. almost forgot. So, as you see here, I got these tinted. I basically bought this off of like, believe the company is, let me get the right company name for you. Premier Auto Styling Tint. I wasn't actually even looking for these. It just popped up on one of my Google searches, and they got the front headlight, I believe, I forgot what the light this is, tint cover, so that completely covers that out on both sides. Then for this one, I just bought a certain length of black tint, and I did this one myself. And then also on the rear, they actually had pieces cut to fit the rear tail lights and turn signal lights. So this is the only one I had to do like custom, by like actually getting a roll and cutting around to put it on. But that completely black like tints this out. But yeah, let's see. Go into the car. So as you see, actually, if you look right to the air diffuser, got a little bit of carbon fiber overlay right there. Got another carbon fiber overlay over the shifter. Swapped out the Kia badge for a K logo. And I got paddle shifter extenders right here. That, oh, well, let me not forget. Also got an XR dash cam. Really, the reason behind that is because of an accident that I had. That after that accident, I decided like I need a dash cam just in case, you know, don't want to have any issues. So that about is the main things for the interior mods. So one of the main dislikes I had when I got used to the car is dealing with wheel hop. When you're coming from like a standstill or dig and you put a little bit too much on the throttle, the car will struggle for traction, that wheels will hop a bit, and basically making it like you can't really step on the gas, you gotta kind of ease into it. So one of the fixes for that is to get a completely like new lower engine mount, which is feel like kind of expensive. Or what I did was just get like stiffer lower mount engine bushings. So I feel like that kind of reduced it quite a bit. Like I rarely deal with wheel hop like I used to. I feel like it also helped to get better tires because the car came with Kumos at first, which is just like, they're okay, but they're not really good for like really getting on the gas or really going around corners like that. So definitely better tires and get that lower engine mount bushing, or completely get the one that kind of removes the bushing altogether. There's a couple different sites like Six Engineering, I think is one of the main ones that has like a completely new part for it, but depends on what your budget is, and that's one of the main dislikes. Then the other one is that it's more of a concern. It's with the DCT transmission. With this kind of transmission, it's not like other automatics. Like say you're in traffic, and usually in traffic you're like tapping on the gas to keep up with the flow or tapping on the brake to slow down. With this kind of transmission, you don't want to do that because you're kind of constantly engaging and disengaging the clutch. This puts more wear and tear on the transmission. So you kind of have to change how you drive the car when you're in those kind of situations, and ease on the gas, give more space. Even if someone cuts you off, cuts in front of you, you got to deal with it if you really want to allow the transmission to last longer. That's one of my main concerns. Is that's also kind of why I haven't gotten an actual like JB4 or like a lap 3 tune yet, because I'm like, I just want to keep the car under warranty as long as possible. Make sure any issues that may arise in the next couple of years, they'll fix it and I gotta pay for it. One of the main likes that I really enjoyed was the different drive modes. Typically, I drive it in smart mode because, as you know, that can change into normal sport depending on how much you put on the pedal and how much you put on the throttle. So definitely, that's a big upgrade from what I used to have, which was a 2017 Kia Forte. So I really enjoy that. The exhaust, stock exhaust is pretty decent for the price. Like, all I did was a mid pipe upgrade, and I feel like that's enough. You can always do more, cap back, but this depends on how loud you want the exhaust to be. Stock, it's pretty decent. Then paddle shifters, of course, because now if you want to in sport mode, you get a little bit more driver engagement and shift up and down the gears, and that's always enjoyable. Basically getting as close as you can to manual, but not driving the manual. That's the main likes I have about the car. So as far as having a car for about a year, I'll say it's definitely worth it. I originally was trying to get a 2022 GT line, which kind of has all the same like aesthetics and features, and even drive modes, but lacks the power, of course, because it's not turbo. So I feel like it was definitely worth it that I ended up getting the GT. It's much more you can do performance-wise, and it just allows you to have a little bit more power and, able to have some passing speed on the highway. So I feel like it's definitely worth it after a year. Haven't had really any issues with the car. It's been pretty clean. I mean, it's only at like 35,000 miles, so no major issues, no concerns. As far as anything for the future, potentially a tune once the warranty is done, of course, because I'm trying to just keep the longevity of the car as long as I can. And then I think maybe a different rear spoiler. I just had issues getting one. I recently tried to get one off of AliExpress from China. It took like a month and a half for the spoiler eventually just to return to the shipper without any real reason. So I just kind of gave up on it after that, but I've been still searching around trying to find one for a decent price. Some of the prices of those rear spoilers is like ridiculous. Some of them are like $200, and if you have a GT, you already have the little black spoiler back there, and those replacing it for a $200 spoiler that basically almost looks the same, I didn't feel like it was worth it. But so I'm still looking, hoping that there's gonna be one that looks real decent and that's affordable. Other than that, I plan to keep the car for quite a couple more years, at least 5 years, so at least 4 more years. And yeah, see how it goes from there before I see what potentially Kia has in the future for the Kia Forte.